Good afternoon, my dear students. Hope you all are fine and safe at your home. Welcome back to our science class. In a previous class through Google Meet, we discussed our first lesson, living things and non-living things. Did you remember what we learned in our Google Meet? Yes, we can divide things into living and non-living. Okay, how can you differentiate things into living and non-living? Yes, on the basis of certain characters, we can divide the things into living and non-living. First, we are going to discuss about living things. The things that are alive are called living things. Okay, the things that are alive are called living things. A thing that are created in nature are called natural things. Natural things may be living or non-living. People, animals, birds, insects, plants and trees are examples for living things. Okay children, living things are alive. The things that are created in the nature are called natural things. Natural things may be living or non-living. Here the picture shows people, horse, birds, fish, elephant, snake, cat, trees and plants. These are examples for living things. Next one is non-living things. Non-living things that are made by people are called man-made things. Just opposite to the character of living thing. Non-living things, the things that are not alive are called non-living things. And here we can see a word man-made things. The things that are made by man, made by people are called man-made things. And all of you listen, all man-made things are non-living things. All man-made things are examples for non-living things because they cannot able to breathe, grow, move, eat or even have senses. So, sun, moon, stars, mountains, water, rocks are all non-living things. Then next we are going to differentiate between living things and non-living things on the basis of some common features. Okay children, so all of you get ready for today's class. All living things can grow. Okay, the first point is all living things can grow, but all non-living things cannot grow. Living things can able to grow, non-living things cannot. Okay. All living things can grow during their lifetime, whether it is an increase in a size as a change in shape. There is a little changes takes place in their features. The height and weight of living things is also increased as they grow. Living things grow with time. Here the picture shows a baby grows into a child, then grows into a woman. Okay. Then the second picture shows kitten grows into a cat. Then the third picture shows a plant that grows into a tree. So here we can see all living things can grow during their lifetime. Let's see an activity. Living things that grow with time. A child grows into an adult. A seed that grows into a plant. Okay, here the height and weight of the living things are increased with time to time. Let's do an activity. All of you listen carefully. Here you can see some bean seeds. Put a bean seed on a bed of cotton. First make sure that the cotton is damp at all times. But do not overwater. Keep it on a windowsill. without covering it. After a few days, we can observe that the bean seeds have sprouted and the bean plant grows. Okay, children. Here, after a few days, that means 1 week, we can see the bean plants are sprouted. Here, you can see a balloon also increase its size when we blow air into it. Is that a growth? When we blow air into the balloon, the size of the balloon increases, but the size decreases when the air left out. Hence, this is not a growth. Okay, children, this is not a growth. Here we can see all living things can able to grow. Non-living things cannot. The next point is all living things can move. All non-living things cannot move. Okay, here we can see the living things can able to move. Most of the animals, they move about freely from one place to another place. This is called locomotion. Plants and animals are examples for living things. Even plants can move in their own way. As a plant grows, the stem moves towards the light and a bud opens to become a flower. So it is a common for all living things can move. But in the case of non-living things, they cannot move from one place to another. They can move by the external force. Okay. Animals, they move from place to place to find food, shelter, and to escape from enemies. Most of the animals, they move about freely from place to place. This is called locomotion. Okay, all animals, they move from place to place to find their food, shelter, and also to escape from their enemies. Here you can say cows grazing, elephants foraging for food, and in the case of rabbit, they escaping from its enemy. All plants remain found in the soil at one place except some free floating plants. Plants also show movements in their parts. Root always grows towards the soil and the shoot towards light. Example, a sunflower plant. Here you can see a sunflower plant that moves towards light. Okay, that is an example for one movement. Opening and closing of stomata takes place during photosynthesis is another example for plant movement. Plants also show internal movement within the cell. Okay, but in the case of non-living things, we can say the objects are only move with the help of outside force. They are non-living. They cannot able to move. So, they moved only with the help of outside force. The next point is all living things can breathe and non-living things cannot. We need air to live. We breathe through our nose. We can see there are several mammals, birds, reptiles, they breathe through lungs. All living organisms, both plants and animals, they can able to breathe. Many animals, they also breathe in air through their noses. But in the case of fish, they breathe in air through their gills. Insects take in air through tiny holes present in their bodies. Now we are going to just describe the breathing process in such animals. Here you can see human beings, they respire through lungs. An exchange of gases takes place during the process of respiration. Animals have different organs for the process of breathing. All mammals, birds and reptiles, they breathe through the lungs. And here we can see plants also can breathe. Okay, plants also can breathe. We can see the human beings, they absorb atmospheric oxygen from the air and they breathe out carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Okay, we inhale atmospheric oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. The atmospheric carbon dioxide absorbed by the plant and they liberate oxygen by the process of photosynthesis. Okay. In plants, the gaseous exchange takes place through the opening and closing of stomata. Okay, then here you can see a cockroach. Insect like cockroach breathe through tubes. Mainly the body of cockroach we can divide into three parts: head, thorax and abdomen. They breathe through their tubes. Next one is fish. In fish, they live in water. It cannot take atmospheric oxygen from the air directly. They take oxygen dissolved in the water. They possess certain special structures called gills for the process of breathing. Okay, in fishes, gills are responsible for the process of breathing. So here we can see all living organisms, they can breathe, but different organs for the process of breathing. As in the case of non-living things, they cannot breathe because they are non-living. They are non-living. Dear students, today we discussed about the difference between a living thing and a non-living thing. On the basis of 4 characters, we differentiate a living thing from non-living thing. Okay. Can you remember which are the 4 points? Yes, the first point is all living things can grow. All of you repeat after me. All living things can grow, but non-living things cannot. The first point is, all of you repeat after me. All living things can grow, non-living things cannot. The second point is, all living things can move, non-living things cannot. All living things can able to move from one place to another. In plants, we can see certain types of movements takes place. But non-living things, they cannot move from one place to another. They move from one place to another on the basis of external force. The third point is, all living things can breathe. In animals, they have different organs for the process of breathing. Okay, all living things can breathe, non-living things cannot. But in animals, we can see there are different organs for the process of breathing. In plants also we can see the process of breathing and the gaseous exchange that takes place through the opening and closing of stomata. Okay children? Yes, now we are going to read our textbook. So all of you take your textbook and open page number 191. Here our first unit is living and non-living things. All of you take your pencil and try to read together. Okay children? Yes. Our first unit is living and non-living things. Look inside your house. Go outside and explore. You can find different kind of things. You can find different kinds of things. You notice that nothing around you is the same. Is it right? Yes, we can find different kinds of things surrounding in our surroundings. Okay children, we can find different kinds of things in our surroundings. Then we can notice that there are nothing around us is the same. You are surrounded by both living and non-living things. Okay, in our surroundings we can see living and non-living things. Can you name some living and non-living things in the picture below? How do you know they are living or non-living? Here we can see one picture. Okay, all of you look at the picture. In this picture we can see there are some things are living and there are some other things are non-living. Okay, here a girl, boy, dog, butterfly. These are examples for living, and also plants, trees are examples for living. As in the case of aeroplane, sun, rocks, house, bench, ball, ice cream, hat, these are examples for non-living things. Okay, now look at these things. Do you know who makes these things? These things are man-made? Yes, here we can see house, table, bicycle, car, clothes and toy. If we observe these things, we can see they are made by man. These things are man-made things. So, they all are non-living things. Take next page. Here, things that are made by people are called man-made things. Okay, things that are made by people are called man-made things. All man-made things are non-living things. Okay children, all man-made things are non-living things. This is an important point. So all of you underline the sentence. Things that are made by people are called man-made things, and all man-made things are non-living things. Okay, man-made things are non-living things. Man-made things do not breathe. Okay, we can understand table, chair, pencil, they cannot breathe because they are non-living things. They do not grow, they do not move, they do not eat or have senses. Look at these things. Can people make these? People cannot make these things. These things are created in the nature. Here we can see there are 6 pictures. These 6 pictures are included living and non-living things. But the non-living things here we can see rocks, sun, water. These are not made by man. They are naturally created. Okay, the things that are created by the nature, they are either living or non-living. Okay, either living or non-living. Here, these non-living things are created by the nature. So, these are examples for non-living thing. They cannot breathe, they cannot grow, they cannot move. So, sun, water and rocks are examples for non-living things. Things that are created in nature are called natural things. Things that are created in the nature itself that are called natural things. Natural things may be living or non-living. Okay, natural things may be living or non-living. Here the picture shows all the things are created by the nature, but they contain both living and a non-living thing. So, natural things may be living or non-living. While people, animals and plants are living things. The sun, the moon, the stars, the mountains, the water and the rocks are all non-living things. Okay children? Yes. Then what are the difference between living and a non-living thing? How can we differentiate a living thing from a non-living thing? All living things have some common features that make them different from non-living things. All living things have some common features that make a living thing different from a non-living thing. Let us learn about those common features that living things share. Okay, yes. The first point is all living things can grow. All living things can grow. Non-living things cannot. Have you seen your pictures when you were a baby? You do not look anything like you did then. You were very small. You have changed a lot since then, haven't you? If you are a baby, now you are a child. In a few years, you will grow up to a big like your mother or father. The picture shows a baby that changed into a child. Right? Okay. So that shows all living things can able to grow. The baby grows into a child. After a few years, the child grow up to be a mother or father. Okay. Yes, here we can see another examples. Animals and plants also grow. Here we can see a picture. A chick that grows into a hen. Okay. In birds also the growth is occur. Okay children, all living things can grow. A chick that grows into a hen. What about in the case of animals? Yes, here we can see a puppy that grows into a dog. A puppy grows into a dog. Yes, the picture shows a baby that grows into a child. After a few years, the child grows into a man or woman. Okay, here a chick that grows into a hen. A puppy grows into a dog. What about in plants? Yes, in plants we can see a small plant that grows into a tree. So, the process of growth takes place in all living organisms. But in non-living organisms, they cannot able to grow. Okay. So, all of you underline the first point. All living things can grow. Okay children? Yes, then we move to the second point. All living things move. All living things can move. You move on your legs. Animals also move from one place to another in search of food. Okay, we move from one place to another for search of food, to find shelter and to escape from our enemies. Okay, clear? Animals move from one place to another for in search of food, to find shelter and also to escape from our enemies. Dogs and cats walk with their legs. Dogs, cats, human beings, they are walk with their legs. What about in the case of fish? Yes, fish swim with the help of their fins. Okay, a fish swim with the help of their fins. Birds fly with the help of their wings. Birds fly with the help of their wings. Snakes crawl on their bellies with the help of their scales. Snakes crawl on their bellies with the help of their scales. They do not have feet. Snakes do not have feet. Insects move on with their legs. Okay, the second point is all living things can able to move from one place to another. In animals, especially human beings, they use legs for move from one place to another. As in the case of they move from one place to another with their legs. Animals also move from one place to another in search of food, to find shelter and escape from their enemies. Okay children, in the case of fish, Fish swims with the help of their fins. Birds fly with the help of their wings. Snakes crawl on their bellies with the help of their scales. Okay. Take next page. Even plants move in their own way. Even plants move in their own way. As a plant grows, the stem moves upwards. As a plant grows, the stem moves upwards. A bud opens to become a flower. A bud opens to become a flower. So it is common for all living things to move. Okay, living things can able to move. As in the case of plants, we can see such kind of movement. Plants move when a plant grows, the stem moves upward, and when a bud opens to become a flower. These are examples for plant movement. Okay, but non-living things, they cannot move on their own. A non-living thing that cannot move on their own. A boat that moves, but it needs someone to row it. A car too moves, but it needs someone to drive it. Can a table move from its place? No, it cannot. You have to move it. A bicycle cannot move unless you pedal it. Okay, so here we can see all living things can able to move from one place to another by themselves. But in the case of non-living things, they move from one place to another by external force. Okay, then here we can see another point. All living things breathe. Okay, all living things breathe. So all of you try to underline the word all living things breathe. Okay. Before that, all of you underline how the movement takes place in a plant. Okay, plant grows, the stem moves upward is an example for plant movement, and a bud opens to become a flower is another example for movement takes place in plant. Okay, then the third point is all living things breathe. All living things can breathe. You need air to live. Yes, we all know that we need air to live. We breathe through our nose. Okay, through our nose we inhale the atmospheric oxygen. Okay, many animals also breathe in air through their noses. Many animals, they breathe atmospheric air through their noses. But there are some animals that is fish, they breathe in air through their gills. Okay, in fish the breath occurs through gills. In insects takes air through tiny holes present in their bodies. In insects, the tiny holes present in the bodies that help for the gaseous exchange, that help for the process of breathing. Okay, then plants take in air through tiny holes called stomata on their leaves. In plants, we can see the process of respiration takes place through exchange, takes place through the opening and closing of stomata. So, dear students, all of you underline, we breathe through our nose. What about in fish? Yes, fish breathe in air through their gills. Okay, fish breathe in air through their gills. And in insects, they take in air through tiny holes present on their bodies. Okay, insects take in air through tiny holes present on their bodies. Plants take in air through tiny holes called stomata on their leaves. Okay, plants take in air through tiny holes called stomata on their leaves. So here we can see picture of fish. Fish breathe air through gills. Fish breathe air through their gills. A boy, he breathe through their nose. What about in plants? Plants take in air through tiny holes called stomata that are present on the leaves. Okay, but do books and dolls breathe? What about your opinion? Yes, we all know that non-living things cannot breathe. Do stones breathe? No, they do not breathe because they are non-living things. Okay, today we discussed about living and non-living things. And all living things have some common features that make them different from non-living things. Today we discussed about 3 points. The first point is all living things can grow and non-living things cannot. Second point is all living things can move and non-living things cannot. Then the third point is all living things can breathe, non-living things cannot. So my dear students, all of you try to read the lesson carefully and understand the characteristic features of living things. Okay children, then see you next class. Thank you.